Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 97 and today we are starting things off in my totally safe and entirely mob-proof witch farm storage area. Now, the reason that we're over here is because in Minecraft 1.14, a few new things have been introduced into the game. One of the things being cactus. Now, the really why do I keep saying cactus? I did that last episode. I of course mean bamboo, okay? I did brain, come on, get with it. So bamboo is now in the game, and the cool thing about bamboo is it can be used to fuel furnaces. And we have got a rather massive furnace system up there that actually needs plenty of fuel. So this is kind of a match made in heaven. Now obviously we have got these two flying machine based farms over here with the melons and the pumpkins. But there is a strip down the centre that is currently unused, and looking at it, it seems like it would be absolutely perfect for some form of other large-scale farm. So, well, I think we all know where this is going. So here is the concept. I mean, we've got some flying machines just out the back there. They will fly across periodically, taking out all of the bamboo that's grown. The bamboo will then fall onto the floor and it will all be picked up by our minecart hoppers and dropped into some form of storage system. Now you get a lot of bamboo per stalk, so we don't really need to build it that ridiculously big. But then again, I mean, it is quite fun to build it ridiculously big, isn't it? What? What have they done to my stone slabs? How do I get good stone slabs anymore? I had no idea you needed a stone cutter to get cool stone slabs in Minecraft 1.14. What? No! How do I get good stone slabs? What? Wait, are you serious? Yep. To get the cool type of stone slabs these days, I now have to smelt all my stone and then craft it into slabs. How did that change escape me? I never saw that coming. If I had known, I would have converted all of my stone that I currently have into stone slabs before we updated. That is an absolute nightmare. That's so annoying. I'm not happy about this. I use stone slabs all the time. I mean, just look at this. It's all stone slabs. Oh, no! I gotta say, despite my dramaticness, I am very happy that we have got the super smelter because that makes life a lot easier. And now I have a half decent number of these smooth stone slabs right here. And I'm just in the process of creating the platform that our minecarts are going to be traveling along in. So just a little bit like this one, the collection system, all minecarts underneath all of the dirt. So let's get that constructed. I'm also getting rid of this awful, ugly stump that's been underneath the witch farm for, well, ever since we really built it. Now, for those of you who are a little bit more observant, you may notice that this it's not a cactus farm. This bamboo farm is going slightly lower than the other two farms, and that's because it's really tall. It's much taller than the other farms, so I think it will look really cool having those two on the outsides, then this massive one running up through the middle and kind of standing slightly above these ones here. It's just gonna look so good. Clearly, I'm gradually in the process of dismantling this storage system here. I've had about 3, maybe even 4 creeper explosions so far in today's Hermitcraft episode. Oh, no! No, not a... Okay, I don't know where they keep coming from. They seem to be like heat-seeking things. They really do storm up here. Anyway, the platform has been completed. That is all looking absolutely wonderful. Now we need to get all of the minecart rails in place. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a thing of beauty. All of the shulker boxes and all the random chests have been cleared up, and Iskall has built up an actual organised storage system down here. I could not be happier. Oh no, my mood's changed. I hate this place. Right, so I have just spent a bunch more diamonds gathering up a whole ton of powered rails. I swear almost all the diamonds that are being spent in the gold shop at the minute are me. But we've got all of these, so these are going to streak along like this. And just like last time, because it gets a little bit weird when you start stacking up minecarts, I think we're going to have it as a loop. So they'll go up like this, come back like that, and then kind of squiggle along and end up in a loading station. I've run out. So we need to spend even more diamonds. Oh my word, I'm running out so fast. We need to get Sahara finished. I've run out again. I'm gonna need to get a loan. Is there any loans? I need one. I'm just kidding. I'm still pretty rich from selling off my mustache. Anyway, despite this being very, very expensive, we have now got all of the minecart rails in place, and we have got everything in place for this bottom section to actually work correctly. You know what? This bamboo farm is actually really quite simple. I mean, it's even going to be easier than these because these had some crazy redstone in them to allow us to pick up and push down those half slabs. For this, it's just a straight fly machine shooting across, breaking a bunch of stuff. Now, I'm trying to work out these dropper systems right here, and originally I was going to go for a 5 dropper system, but now that I've thought about it, I mean, I've been trying to work out the redstone. I want to do it a little bit smarter than the ones that we have over here because these aren't particularly brilliant. There's lots of piston noises involved. So I think actually, instead of having 5, I might drop down to having 3 droppers that all shoot out into a water stream, with this being the center, and then it takes the items over, I guess, just over into here. We can create a little storage system in this section. This is already looking cool, and now we're going to test off the actual minecart shooter offers. So there we go. Oh, I don't have a zoom anymore. Optifine's gone. Oh, here come the minecarts again. I'm going to put some items down. That hopper's picked it up. And this one is now firing out his items. Nice. So as I say, those items will then travel along like this and end up over here. I think now we're going to work on the storage system for this thing, and then we'll get over to finishing up the bamboo farm. But the one thing that I will say about the storage system is that we're going old school, because I have got literally 0 shulker boxes at this point in time. I think I grossly overestimated quite how many hoppers and how many chests I was going to need. I mean, I wonder how efficient is this farm really going to be? That's the question that I'm wondering. Ooh, and I have just thought that's so this is a massive area, right? Huge area. I have 0 bamboo right now. None. So I am completely out of bamboo. I have to fill this entire area with bamboo. Ah. I mean, maybe... what do I do? What do I do there? Okay, here is my rough idea. Okay, what I will do is I'll get some bamboo from the new area. I will then create a small bamboo farm that will allow me to then place bamboo in my big bamboo farm. Is that the right way to go? I think it probably is. Yeah, and at least I'm saying bamboo now instead of cactus. That was kind of annoying. Anyway, next step in the process of building this large and ridiculous industrial cactus farm is to place in all of the dirt that I said cactus, I can't believe it. The next step in building this large and ridiculous bamboo farm, it's bamboo, is to place in all of the dirt that the bamboo is going to be placed on. I'm assuming bamboo can go on dirt, can't it? It doesn't have to be grass. I sure do hope so, because, I mean, I haven't looked it up, but now I have a massive platform of dirt. I also have a massive platform of mobs. Should I light this up? Yeah, this definitely feels like a place that I should light up now that I think about it. Especially given I have an infinite supply of glowstone, pretty much. I mean, the witch farm up there is producing it by the bucket load, so I might as well put it to good use. Right, that's looking far less dangerous now. Now it is time to start building up the walls of this thing. There's like layered stages for all of this, and a lot of, when you're building farms like this, it's all very simple. I mean, think of what I've done. I've placed a bunch of minecart rails. The only complex thing so far has been the actual minecart stuff. The rest of it is kind of just bulk placing of blocks. And now we've got to do a lot of bulk placing of blocks because, as I say, we've got to do the walls. And unlike things like sugarcane and melons and pumpkins that are relatively low, bamboo can grow up to 16 blocks high. So that means that we need to create a chamber around this thing that is 16 blocks tall, because otherwise bamboo could be flying out all over the place, and that's going to take down our efficiency. This looks really cool. Now that this wall has been created, it looks super awesome. Imagine what this is going to look like when it's filled to the brim with bamboo. That is going to look nuts. Totally nuts. Here we go. Final few blocks now. Lots and lots of glass has been placed. In fact, I think this is 2 or 3 shulker boxes worth of glass just in. And there it is. Okay, so this is how big our cactus farm is actually going to be. All the way from that end to this end. Max height cactus. We might need to do some smart bits with these minecart hoppers because they're probably going to fill up pretty quickly. Now that I think about it. Anyway, aside from that, okay, I'm not going to be thinking about that right now. We now need to do the redstone for the flying machine. Okay, how are we going to do that? In fact, how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is 9 blocks wide. So I say we just create a kind of slime block bar with some glass on either end, and then a sticky piston facing in this direction, a sticky piston on top facing in that direction, and then just create the flying machine based on that. Nice and easy. But before we do anything, just flying over this thing's great. This should be a working design. So this is our sweeper. This is going to be taking out all the cacti. And now I need to connect that up using my hodgepodge of material. I mean, look, what junk do I have? You know, Green might be right. He always says that I always have useless stuff in my inventory. I have 5 red mushrooms. I got some glowstone dust, some bones. Yeah, I got a piece of gunpowder. Nothing's in the correct stacks. Yeah, this is embarrassing. Anyway, now that I've got that sorted, I've got a little furnace at the end right there, which is hopefully going to stop our flying machine. So now we can test it out. And that is it. So the system is working. Did you hear the minecarts? The minecarts have traveled off as well. That's fantastic. And this is the sweeper. This is going to be harvesting all of the... Have I been saying cactus again? I just listened to it back. Thankfully, that was a false alarm. I felt like I'd said cactus at some point. Anyway, the sweeper is now almost at the end, so that will stop. And now we just have to do a tiny bit of redstone circuitry that will send it back. But that is nothing too challenging. And now it is all finished and completed. So we have built a pretty gigantic industrial cactus. My word, we have built a pretty industrial bamboo farm. I don't know what it is. My head kind of just goes, it's a green thing, it's probably cactus. Bamboo. Okay, we have built a pretty industrial bamboo farm really quite easily. That's absolutely flown by. We've managed to completely get that thing fully constructed all within one episode. Not even one episode, like half of an episode. That's good going. It is getting late now. I've been playing Minecraft a lot today, but still, I'm proud of myself. Anyway, now it is time to actually gather up some bamboo. Because, yeah, well, it's not much of a bamboo farm at the minute, is it? It's more of an empty space with a flying machine at the end of it. So, I've just come through into the Minecraft 1.14 village, because as I say, we need to go and find ourselves some bamboo. And whoa, Sahara Street has changed. There are some changes that have happened. First off, love the idea of using campfires over the top of the berry bush. That is very smart by Grian, but what do you expect? And also Stress has made her rather pretty house. We're going to completely ignore mine. And then Iskal has gone all out, and he has built a massive house on the street. So, I mean, I feel a tiny bit bad because, I mean, I have to now build a bigger house. As I said, I need to build a bigger house than Iskal's because, you know, I have to be the biggest house on Sahara Street. But we're going to have to really max things out here. I might actually have to go around I might have to do some up and overs or something. Anyway, of course, the reason that we're here isn't to just check out Iskal's house, even if it is very pretty. It is, of course, to pick up bamboo. And thankfully, someone at the Minecraft 1.14 village has actually placed a bunch of it. So I'm just going to come on through and pick up a handful because it regrows so quickly. Now, I'm going to warn you, this design is going to be horrendously ugly. It's going to look awful. Absolutely terrible. Okay, so prepare yourselves for that. But we're going to build a really, really simple one. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going to build it because it is going to be bad. Look how fast this bamboo is growing. I've literally just planted it. And it is flying up. We might actually... I mean, this redstone clock has got to be running fast. I'm going to be in shock at how much this farm is going to create. As in, like, the big one that we've made. Because this is going to create a decent amount. Okay. There's just a hole in this island. And I just fell straight down into it. Somehow I didn't die. Anyway, I have created possibly the ugliest farm on planet Earth. It really isn't pretty. But already, it seems to be working relatively fast. I mean, if we dump all of this stuff in here, you can also see that items are flowing in, and that is because the way that we've built it is really, really simple. I mean, look at this. So all we have is a line of pistons, a line of bamboo, and we have these 3 observers in the center here. Whenever bamboo grows up in front of these observers, pistons will fire and it will harvest the entire farm. It's taken me maybe 20, 30 minutes in total to construct. And now we're going to leave it running, and hopefully we can get a bunch of this stuff overnight. So it is now the next morning. I managed to do a successful AFK session in this little hole right here, and now we see... Well, that's gone well. Really? Wow. Okay. Bamboo farms, I mean, it doesn't take a big bamboo, it doesn't take a big bamboo farm to produce a lot of bamboo. Wow. I mean, this thing is literally 30 bamboo stalks. And I've AFK'd overnight. And I've got a double chest of bamboo. That's probably more bamboo than I'll ever need. And I've built an enormous industrial thing. Oh dear. I think I've gone overboard. I've definitely gone overboard. Right, well, despite this, we have now built it. It's there, it's constructed, so we're going to have to go fill it in. So I'm just grabbing myself some firework rockets, and then I'm going to take a couple shulker boxes over to the building area, and we can get all of this actually in place, and then we can do a dummy harvest, which I'm a tiny bit concerned about because it could cause quite a lot of lag actually. But I've thought of a fun game that I can play whilst actually doing this, which is to predict how tall those so the first few bamboo that I've placed, okay, I want to try and predict how tall they're going to be by the time I reach the end. I'm going to say 11 blocks. Okay, so I'm going to go for 11 blocks. I reckon that's how tall it's going to be. Right, let's see. I'm getting towards the end, and I think I might have overestimated how fast bamboo grows, but it does grow very fast, doesn't it? Yeah, I've just been attacked by a witch. We're going to completely ignore that because the bamboo farm is now all in place, and it is looking glorious. I would say the tallest one is maybe about 8 blocks tall, so I was way off on my predictions. How long does this go on for? I mean, seriously, these witches, man, they're pretty powerful. Anyway, it looks absolutely crazy. What an awesome looking thing to put in between the melon and the pumpkin farm. It looks so good. Man, this area is going to start looking awesome. For those of you who don't know, this witch farm space right here is going to be my space for industrial farms. And throughout the rest of the season, I'm just going to keep adding things into this area that are enormous and ridiculous. And hopefully, by the end of the season, I will have actually filled it in with everything. So it will be just completely filled in down at the bottom here with mad farms. But anyway, I guess we should probably do some form of dummy harvest, and I gotta say, I'm kind of terrified for that. Well, after blowing up my little storage area again via a creeper explosion, I think that's the 7th one in this episode, I think it's time to hit this button. You ready? Go. Spectacular. Already that is a lot of items that are falling in the floor there. Wow. Now the minecarts obviously have been sent off at the start, and you can see they've actually just picked up some items, so they're probably on their way back now. Or maybe that was just some stacking up. But either way, the minecarts have been sent off, so they're going to pick up some of the items and drop them off into the storage system. But then the big pickup is going to be when this thing actually makes its way back. Where are all those items going, though? Oh, yeah, no, they're landing in this hopper. And they're all running in. I'm amazed that those droppers are still running as this flying machine comes back. That's actually a little bit concerning. How full were these? Okay, well at least they've emptied now. So now the flying machine is flying back in. It's also launching bamboo. But then here go the minecarts again. I mean, how many items were in these droppers? Quite a lot. And now it's doing the full pickup. Oh my word. This wasn't even a full farm. Right, they've just come back. Are they full? They're full. So they've stopped picking up items. Well, what on earth do we do there? We're going to have to send them off again. I don't know what to do about that, actually. So I guess every single time it harvests, we need to send these off. Yeah, all of them are full. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of stacks. 15, 20, 25 stacks. And then some. That's so much bamboo. So I've put in this little circuit off to one side, which takes a comparator output from the hopper, and when the hopper runs out of items, so when this thing fully clears out, then it will send a signal through this falling edge monostable circuit, which will then send the minecarts off again to pick up more items. If there's none on the surface, then obviously it's no problem, but if the minecarts were full and there's more items on the surface that need to be picked up, then of course they will do that and bring them into the system. So there we have it, ladies and gents. That is our ridiculous, overpowered, completely industrial bamboo farm built inside the industrial area underneath the witch farm. I gotta say, I'm really pleased with this thing. I'm glad we managed to get everything finished in one episode. That is totally ridiculous. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and filming channel stuff, you know what to do. Link will be on the end screen.